Chris Reeve, Talk Norwich City, back for another match review video. Carrow Road remains a fortress. The longest unbeaten run at Carrow Road since the 1960s. Norwich City won, Leeds won. Under the lights at Carrow Road last night. Always a good atmosphere under the lights, isn't it? At Carrow Road. And it must be said, I was very, very proud. And I'm sure that you will feel the same about that display for so many reasons last night. It was a huge game against a side, of course, very different, but previously against Derby County, they had this amazing home record. Norwich City went there and won. Leeds United going into this game had this amazing record. Norwich City managed to get a point. And the truth is, we probably could have actually got the 3 points, perhaps on the run of play. Maybe a draw was a fair result. Leeds, of course, had chances to win it too. But look, Norwich have really done themselves really proud there. From the first minute to the last minute, I felt that Norwich City weren't afraid. We were brave. We brought the game to Leeds United. Of course, there was spells where we had to weather the Leeds United storm. Of course, Willy Gnonto, who got the equaliser for Leeds, the best player in the league by a long shot. But actually, the truth is, we looked all right against him most of the night, and there's no way that a player... I'm stunned that he's still at Leeds United. Anyway, Josh Sargent got the goal for Norwich City. It was a penalty. The truth is, it was actually a pretty poor penalty, but who the hell cares? By the way, the Leeds United goalkeeper, I've never rated him. Anyway, Sargent scores it. Absolutely brilliant. Great to see him on the score sheet once again. We saw the Sargent salute. Of course, then Leeds get that equaliser already mentioned through Willy Gnonto. But actually then Norwich started to build themselves more and more into the game. And we saw something quite good. Well, it wasn't just quite good. It was very good. And it was lovely to see in the second half. And this would have never have happened under an afraid Daniel Farke in the Premier League. This would have never have happened under Dean Smith. This would have never have happened under David Wagner. Johannes Hoff-Turup takes off two defensive midfielders, or at least more defensive-minded midfielders, and brings on two attacking midfielders. And lo and behold, we then start to take control of the game, and we have such a strong finish to the game. And I'm looking around me thinking, God, just tell you what, we might actually win this now. And that is really encouraging. This isn't just green shoots now at Norwich City. This isn't getting ahead of ourselves. What we are seeing now at Norwich City is something that could turn into something special. This isn't a flash in the pan. This isn't a fad. Believe the hype. Johannes Hoff-Turup is getting this Norwich City side playing some fantastic football. We are a much more well-oiled machine. The amount of Leeds fans that have been in my mentions overnight saying that we were much better defensively, we're a much better team, we were an actual team. And of course, you know, we caused them problems all night long, which was brilliant. Couple of honourable mentions. Firstly, to Kellan Fisher, once again, an extremely assured performance from the youngster, who looks like he's had his Max Aarons versus Ipswich away moment when Max took over from Ivo Pinto. It looks like he's had that moment now. Obviously, of course, Jack Stacey, massive fan of Jack Stacey, but Kellan Fisher at the moment is just absolutely flying. And there was a brilliant moment, and you all know how much I love my passion. It was a fantastic moment in the first half that really set the tone from Kellan Fisher. In and around the Snake Pit, Lower Barclay area. And Kellan Fisher just absolutely clattered, battered and bruised the Leeds United player. And I thought, blimey, that's a booking. But no, it wasn't. It was a firm and fair challenge. And it really set the tone. It went, no, you can't come here and bully us. And when you've got a young player like Kellan Fisher doing that, I thought that was really encouraging. So first mention to Kellan Fisher. My man of the match, though, last night was Marcelino Núñez. Absolutely outstanding. The man is our midfield machine. We heard Jose Cordoba say on our latest TNC exclusive just how important he was. Like, he is the man that, you know, he makes this team tick. And we saw that last night. Tackles, energy, enthusiasm, passing, just everything about Núñez's game last night. Take a bow, my man. I thought you were absolutely outstanding. Of course, Anis Ben Slimani started last night over Oscar Schwartau. I thought that was the right decision. I thought Slimani looked pretty good on the whole. I felt last night still there were moments where the midfield was fairly sloppy. I felt that I never like to blame the weather, but you could just tell that the ball was where everything was running a little bit loose. And by the way, that was for Leeds too. And unfortunately, Norwich City just couldn't quite take advantage of that. But on the whole, for large phases of the game, we controlled the tempo. We broke really well. We were very, very quick in our transitional play. And yeah, overall, just extremely impressed with Norwich City. As I say, the unbeaten road at Carrow Road, the unbeaten run at Carrow Road continues, which is massive. Of course, an extremely tough game coming up now against Hull City on Saturday. They've just had a really good result away at QPR. They're starting to tick now. I think they've won 3 on the bounce. But look, it's the same as what we've had against Derby, the same that we've had against Leeds. Hull City have got to come to our house and perform. And I think this Norwich City, look, I really, really hope, I have this nagging doubt in my head that they put so much into that Leeds game last night that I just have this fear that perhaps they'll be a little bit leggy against Hull at the weekend. I hope that's not the case. I do wonder whether Johannes will make some changes going into that. Really interesting dilemma, I think, for Johannes Hoff-Turup is actually out wide. I thought Ante Sanats last night had moments where I thought, yeah, really, really tidy. When the ball is at his feet, absolutely fantastic. And actually, it was Ante Sanats that really created that penalty. Of course, it was Sargent that won it, but Ante Sanats' quick feet, got it out of it, got it between 2 defenders, slipped it past another into Sarge, and then obviously Sarge won the penalty. So I was impressed with that moment. And on the whole, there were other elements too. But I do wonder whether it's time to unleash Cade Gordon and give him his first start against Hull at the weekend. Let me know in the comments whether you agree or disagree with that. There was one moment last night where Cade Gordon picked up the ball and ran with it. And I was like, yes, that's why we signed you. It seems like at the minute, because he's not starting games, he's perhaps not got the confidence to do that one-on-one. Of course, we have to remember that the guy's been out for, I think, at least a year, if not over a year with an injury. But look, I think on the ball, when Cade Gordon is confident and running at players, I think he can be a serious problem. So yeah, let me know in the comments whether you think you would mix it up in terms of the personnel going into the whole game. But overall, against Leeds United, to conclude, a really, really good performance. A performance that Norwich City fans can be proud of. And I don't know about you, but I think we've got our Norwich City back on the Ball City.